And I am live with both on Instagram and on Facebook this evening for my live art show. For those of you that haven't met me yet, I'm Jessica Solberg Black. I am the owner of Black Mountain Gallery here in Washington, and I hail from Ellensburg, Washington. And so as we'll just let people join in just for a few minutes before I kind of get things rolling. So as you join in, let me know. Put a comment in the chat where you're joining in from. I'd love to know. It's good to see you guys tonight. So for those of you that were able to watch the one I did in February, I'm going to start doing these on a once a month basis where I am showcasing something in my studio, a few of my art pieces, talking about some of the background behind the art, and also giving an opportunity for some really crazy deals that I don't normally offer in my gallery. So I am looking forward to having you there. Daniel is joining us. He's actually helping me on the back side, and he's joining us all the way from Caracas, Venezuela. Did I pronounce that right, Daniel?
Yep.
So he's pulling a late night shift to help me out. I mean, what time is it there, Daniel, for you?
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay, it's not too bad. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. So this is a good way to kind of wind down your evening. And so like I said just a minute ago, I will be showing things that I do have for sale tonight. And those items, if you are interested in, you can go at any time during this show. You just need to go and look at my live art show page. That link, if you're on Instagram, is in my bio. If you're on Facebook, that link is right down below in the video description. And it's just my website /live art show. So it should be fairly easy to find. And all of the things that we're going to be looking at today are in there. So please do take a look at that. You open it another window while you're watching me, where I'm going to be talking about a lot of my art inspirations. That's the theme today. I've had I've just been reflecting on that, I think, a lot the last several weeks. And so there are some artists that have inspired me, and I want to thank them. And you'll get a chance to see some of the work that was inspired initially by that. And then that's one part. So that's kind of the first part. The second part is that I have a whole bunch of media samples. So some of the questions that I get is, well, I like your work, but what does it look like if I were to order this on a metal print, or if I were to order this on a canvas print? What's the difference between your glossy photo paper versus a watercolor paper? And so I wanted to give you guys an idea of what each of those things look like. So I have samples, small samples. So not as, but it'll give you an idea of here's the original and here's what the sample looks like. So I really encourage you to watch all the way through. We'll do that kind of at the second part of this evening, but it's a great opportunity to kind of get a chance to see the art and see the art prints that you can actually order through my website any day of the week. So I think that's it. I wanted to start off tonight with, just before I get into my art inspirations, just having fun and showing you one of my newest paintings. I actually put it out last week because last week was just put it out on social media. I haven't uploaded this. This is not available for sale on my website yet. So you guys are actually getting the very, very first crack at it. And this is Connemara, which is right here. And it's a 12-inch circular canvas. So it's like a 3/4 inch canvas. And it is, this was done, I'm trying to get it so that you can see this without a glare. There, I think you can get both. I can get it on both of them. There you go. So this is beautiful. I put it up on St. Paddy's Day because it is the colors of the Irish flag. but that was not actually the intent of this. I actually, this one was what I call a leftover paint pour. So I had just finished creating a couple new pieces, and I had some extra paint. And so I did this with an open cup pour, and I wanted to do it with the greens on one side and then the warm orange colors and yellows on the other. And I just love how it turned out. I'm going to bring it in close so you can really, really see just how the gold and the sparkle up there on the, see if you can get in there and see that. See, there's that beautiful gold and the oranges on one side, and then the greens. The green is why it got its name Connemara, which is there's in Ireland, there is the green, they have this green Irish marble that is unique to that area of Ireland. I don't think that they have that much anywhere else in the world, actually, and so that's why it's called Connemara marble. I have a little cross that I got when I visited in Ireland way back 95, 96. Got a chance to go and visit there, and so I've always had a heart for Ireland. It's a great country, great people. I've really enjoyed my time there, and so that's what this reminds me of. This is like I said, it's on sale. It will be when it finally if it doesn't sell tonight, it will go onto my website and it will be $225, but tonight it is $175. So you guys get first crack at this. You notice I'm turning it all around because in reality you can hang this in whichever orientation you love the most. So that's always the fun thing with a circle. There's really no up or down. It does kind of have a yin and yang kind of feel to it too, which I like. So so that's for you guys. That is up and available on the sale page right now. The next thing that I wanted to do is I'm going to start talking about some of the people that have inspired me in my art and some of the pieces that were inspired that. So I'm going to start with this one. This is Galaxy Wave. I'm going to get this so it doesn't, and you can kind of see it has, there you go. That's a good angle. So you can kind of both see that. It's beautiful. It just is these wonderful, lovely colors. There's this teal green and this brilliant blue and this purple and this hot magenta pink that you can really kind of just popping out in these beautiful cells. And it looks like a wave to me. So this is Galaxy Wave. It is on sale right now for $175. But I want to tell you about the person that kind of that inspired this, and that is Roxie Allen of Roxie Allen Arts right here in Ellensburg. And she teaches classes right downtown. And when I moved here 4 years ago, I started, I just went and did a girls' night. We kind of went out and we did some painting and did one of her paint classes, and it was wonderful. It was just relaxing and I really enjoyed it. And I realized that, I've always done photography, but I had not ever seen myself as a painter. And Roxie is so encouraging. If anyone is just like, I don't know that I'm an artist or something, just go and take one of Roxie's classes and she will, it definitely encourage you in that. And she did a session on paint pouring. She did my first paint pouring class ever I did with Roxie. And it was, I got hooked, seriously hooked. I started, and so this whole journey that I've gone on in the last 3 years or so she started it. So I definitely, she's a wonderful, wonderful lady. Absolutely adore her. And that's the story behind Galaxy. So this was one I actually did in one of her classes and then took it from there. So, and it is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So, and then let's see. That's Galaxy Wave. Please feel free as we're going along too. Like if you have any questions or comments, just throw them throw them in the comment field, throw them in the chat. I'd love to, hear what you're seeing, hear what you like. You can comment after if you need to. If you end up watching this on the replay, that's fine too. But just do tell me what you like. If you see something you like, I want to know. So, okay. My next one is, oh yes, this one. This is Hope Will Arise. And I painted this actually back spring of 2020, I think. Spring, summer of 2020. Does it say on the back here? May of 2020.
It has those 2020 vibes.
It does. Yes, it does. And it was, literally, I think that was right after we canceled all of our theater shows in town, because it's my other job is I'm the community theater, executive director, and everything with COVID. And it was just like, oh, you're just like weighed down. And there was a song. This was inspired by a song that came out of Bethel Worship. And I'm blanking on the title of the song, but the lyrics that it goes to is, out of the ashes, hope will arise. And that is, so you've got the ashes kind of down here and just this wonderful uplifting, I love this was done with what I call it's a swipe technique, but I did a double swipe. So I had kind of this red color here that I swiped up and this silver here that I swiped down, and it just created this beautiful, beautiful contrast. And so, one of my favorite pieces. So Hope Will Arise. So that is on sale right now, and kind of the background behind it. And it's on sale for $215. So yeah, I'm gonna back up. If I can. There we go. This one, you guys may remember I shared this one last month, but I didn't share the inspiration. I don't think I shared who inspired this one last month. I absolutely love this one. It has a real kind of mosaic. This is called Bejeweled. Bejeweled Treasures of the Deep, if you want to do a really long name. And it is, if you're like, how in the world did you do that? I did not do paint pours in each of those little tiny cells. I did one large paint pour, and then I came back in and I took black pen and black paint, acrylic paint, to bring out, to create the shapes, to create these stones, to create this kind of mosaic stones. And this, I love this. This is like a river there's like two rivers. This river and this river right here are just jewels. It's like if you could go mining, it's like a ribbon of ore to me is what that looks like. This is this technique of creating 3D shapes out of an existing paint pour I was inspired to do that after watching some videos by Veronica, and that's Mii, and she is an artist out of the Czech Republic, and you can find her on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Does some wonderful, wonderful tutorials, because as you get into paint pouring and you just find it so relaxing, so much fun to kind of do, you just like, I want to learn more. How do I do this? How do I do this other technique? And it just kind of pulls you in. I could watch YouTube videos on different techniques for hours if I had time. So, but Veronica and Me Paintings is what you would find her on, is MII Paintings. But she does some really interesting 3D technique. And I think one of the things that really encouraged me in my journey is that to not look at a painting that maybe you're like, oh, well, kind of, it was good, but it just didn't have any pop, or it just didn't have any focus, or it just wasn't, it was just kind of so. It wasn't exactly what you wanted. Then you don't have to throw that paint picture out. And that's, I think, one of the things that I've learned by watching her is that there's always something that you can do with it. This painting is one example of that, where I went ahead and I just took the gorgeous colors out of that were beautiful, but it was really just it had these really, really big. I had more silicone in this painting, and so it had really big cells all the way throughout, and it just lent itself to um, this mosaic kind of creating pebbles and stones feel. So it was a wonderful exploration in that, and totally love it. Yeah, so that's Bejeweled Treasures of the Deep.
That one is my favorite. I was going to ask how you did it because I just find it so amazing and I could stare at it for hours because of the amount of details in each of the jewels.
Yeah, no, I mean it's really cool because you kind of get in there, and I'll kind of zoom it in a little bit. You can really it makes it look like stones. I'm going to get this nice and close in there. You can really see this. Sorry, Facebook, you're backwards on me, so I have to move my hands the opposite direction of what I think I do.
I couldn't tell.
It moves around a little funny. It's because that tree is actually over here. It is on the opposite side to me. So I'm totally confused right now when I'm looking at Facebook. But so it is. Any other questions on it? Well, if you like this one so much, Daniel, any other questions?
Yeah, because you say this is the open cup technique, but then you say it's embellished, and I just wanted I was curious, is the painting with the black ink the embellishing part, or what exactly? Uh,
So an open cup technique is referring to literally this is like a little plastic cup that I cut off one end
mhm.
of it, and you pour basically a puddle of paint in the middle, um, in the middle of the canvas. You pour, like, I might start with a base of white, and I put this on the canvas, and then I start pouring paint into different colors and things, and it's floating kind of on this puddle of white base,
Okay.
and then it will as you pour it, it'll actually kind of push it. The paint will kind of be heavy enough, it'll kind of push through and underneath the paint, and you slide it around. And that's kind of this open cup technique. I really like it. You'll see a few of my paintings. This one was also, actually, you actually did these at the same time. They're using the same colors. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
actually tell that they are actually using the same colors. The difference between this one and this one is I use no silicone in this. And silicone kind of is what can create, it can create bigger cells and things like that. This one has
Okay.
cells, and you can see, like, let's see. I'm going to just show, like, these three right here. You can see
Okay.
just how big those, like, bubbles were. And that's an effect of what the silicone does.
So interesting. Yeah, but that worked just great for that piece. I love it.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just put these up so they don't fall. Okay, what's my next one? What is my next one? Ooh.
Season Sentinels.
Oh. Okay. So if you look over my shoulder, do you see these 4 up on the wall right over here?
Yeah.
These are the seasonal sentinels, and for each of the seasons. And so I'm going to bring those, I'll bring them over here, and we'll talk about them here in just a second. But the inspiration behind these, I'll grab one for now. So you can see with each of these, the background is just acrylic paint, but then I did the pour inside the shape of the animal. So, and this one has two. This one has a pour done inside the shape of the bunny and one inside the shape of the butterfly. So it's a spring hare and butterfly. And it is so a fascinating technique. I had played with in the past using wire frame to create definition and, you know, be able to do a pour on the background, but also to do something different in the foreground and create a silhouette. Silhouettes are really kind of fascinating, I think, to do with this. And I had tried that, but one of the things that I found with using wire is that the paint would leak sometimes underneath the wire. I didn't have the right tools to really make it work. And then I came across, this is my the person that inspired, the artist that inspired, and that was AB Creative. And I believe she's out of England. And she is an art teacher, and she does fabulous tutorials and things that like take me from where I am and they push me further. So I've really enjoyed watching. But one of the things that she does is she uses stencils. And so what she'll do is she'll take the part that she wants to do. She has this wonderful series that she's done with women silhouettes. So they're gorgeous. I encourage you to go and look her up on YouTube and watch her tutorials on that. But it inspired me. I had these round canvases and I thought, oh, I want to do a series of something. And so the idea of doing something for each of the seasons and picking an animal that represented that particular season. So we're in spring as of 2 days ago, day ago. What is today? 24th.
24th, yeah.
3 days ago. We are spring. It is spring. So welcome to spring with our spring hare and butterfly. And then we've got our summer lion, and I'll bring him down here in a second, our autumn stag and our winter wolf. And they were each done with some different techniques on these. They're each normally they're each $250, and they are each of them are available for $225 during this live presentation. But this is the first time they've really been kind of shown. So let me bring them down. This is Winter Wolf. You can see, I love this. I love just kind of the background, and it's got a little silver sheen to it. Has some sparkle kind of in there as well. This was done with a swipe technique on the wolf. This one is the summer lion. Make sure I'm holding that correctly. There we are. And I love this. It's got so much, the gold, just bright and brilliant. I think this would look really cute in either a kid's room or just anybody that loves animals. I tell you what. And then the last one is Autumn Stag. This one was the toughest to do. I did this with using basically a straw, my little handy dandy straw, to blow the little pools of paint up, and then to create cleaning. It kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and but this is the autumn one, and I do love it. It kind of feels like you're looking out in a forest in that one. So so those are my seasonal sentinels. So autumn stag, winter wolf, and spring hare. Again, I think this one is probably one of my favorites. Love this. So this one I did with what's called a balloon kiss technique. And then and it makes it look like like flowers. There you go. Can really see that a little bit closer.
So, Jessica, what is exactly the balloon kiss technique?
The balloon kiss technique is where you take a, a balloon, something that you can kind of hold in the palm of your hand. So it's not a big one. It's a more of a small balloon. And after you kind of put your paint in there, and you may do a swipe or something. One technique. You basically take that balloon and you just kind of kiss the kiss the canvas and bring it up. Wipe it off and then
Oh,
kiss the canvas and bring it up. And what that does is it creates. I'm gonna skip out of order, but it does this. You can see it a little bit better on this one. It creates these
okay.
almost floral. Reason why I called this one Aloha is to me it looks like a Hawaiian lei to me.
Yeah,
And
or
that
flowers.
uses that balloon kiss. So I actually started this one with a swipe technique. So I put my white down the center, and I swiped it one way and I swiped it the other way, but I had too much white then left in the center. So then I took a balloon and kind of kissed it just gently, and it brings the colors kind of together and it creates more of the flower effect on
Yeah,
it.
it also looks like, like the tide crashing over a colorful sea or something.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This one, yeah, to me, I don't know. It's very Hawaii for me. So, so that's why it is. This one is called Aloha. And then, since I've got it up, I should just tell you what it is. It is, or can you tell me what it is? I'm totally out of order.
Yeah, it's no worries. It's 200 down from 225, and it's a 12 by 12 fluid
Yes.
acrylic.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from having to look all that up. Okay, so put this back up. Okay. And then I think we move into my photography next. And the really kind of special part of my art inspiration today. So, and I hope I don't get too emotional, but there's no guarantees. So let me bring my photos here, just so that I have them at the ready. Just a second. While I'm doing this, you can just go over to my website, and it's there in the chat or in the Instagram bio. Go over and take a look at all of these. They're only available through that live show site, so they're kind of one of a kind. You pick it up, you're the only one that gets it. So go on and do it now. So while I'm grabbing these. Okay. So, I very loosely think about what I'm going to talk about on these live chats, and sometimes it's pretty off the cuff. So, forgive the forgive the my stumbles here. It's not a planned speech by any means. So, but one of my art inspirations is my aunt, Ona Solberg. And she recently passed away back in on March 1st. So she's very, very much top and fresh in my mind. But when it comes to my photography, so, and I showed this piece last this is Sunrise Flight. I showed this piece last month, but I don't think I have taken a single picture in the last 10 years that hasn't been on a camera that I either bought or was gifted to me by my aunt. We shared a love of photography, and she loved sunrises and sunsets. So this was a sunrise. She would have liked this one. And sunrises and sunsets. She loved she did macro photography too, as well. And it was interesting. We looked at different subject matters, but we both had this, common ground of that we loved to do photography. And she was a commander in the U.S. Navy, and she did a lot of amazing things. I went to a lot of amazing places in her life. And then after she retired from the Navy, she really delved into photography, and both she and her spouse Laura. And it's been so much fun to kind of share that journey with them and with her. So some of my photography pieces I just wanted to bring back out and really share those with you guys again. And just as letting you know that she was definitely one of always encouraged me in my photography and in doing this as a business. So there you go. Sunrise Flight, which is on sale right now for steal of a deal, $75. It does come framed. This was it's matted and framed, fairly simple matte and frame. So you could always change it if you want something different. But I had this done for an art display and a show. So it's nice. And there you go. It's basically the print though, and the frames. So that is Sunrise Flight. And then we also have this one, which I don't think you guys saw. This is my tilted tulip, which is perfect. I picked a couple of flower ones because, hey, spring, right? So there you go. Tilted tulip, which is $90. And it does come with this matted and this framed right here. A beautiful print. The print itself is 12 by 16. What did I trying to read that?
12 by
8 by 12. 8 by 12 for the picture itself. And then the last photo I was going to show you is my this one, which is the solo tulip, which is the pink tulip. Both this one and the Sunrise Flight have been in juried exhibitions, which was great. They were selected for a couple of different juried exhibitions. Absolutely lovely. This one's also $75 tonight. So hope take advantage. So feel free to take a look at those. Again, they're on my site. And then the last one that I want to talk about while I'm talking about my aunt Ona is this one. And this is called Hero. And I painted this. I painted this literally in the last week and a half. So this to me was in honor of her. She, like I told you just a minute ago, I gotta hold this in a different place. She loved sunrises and sunsets. And so the colors that I chose were really, designed to do that. And I wanted to bring in birds and eagles specifically. So I was originally thinking I would do one, and I found 3 that I thought would just be perfect for this. So this one is using that silhouette technique. But in this case, my paint pour is on the background, and the silhouette is I used a stencil to kind of block out the area that I wanted only white. And then when I pulled that up, I cleaned it up and made sure that was all you could see there was the white. And it gives this wonderful, beautiful feeling of these eagles flying. And so this is called Hero. It is dedicated to my aunt. It is on 1.5 inch thick canvas with this gorgeous purple colored side, which goes right along with this. It's signed right here. And I was thinking about this because I do want to give this, this original has some real sentimental value at the moment. But I also know that we all have heroes, and we all have people that, you know, it was actually funny after I'm going to segue this is total rabbit trail sidebar. I did not think of this when I was painting it, but when I was putting this up on, when I was sharing a picture of this as a work in progress, I realized that Bette Midler's "Wind Beneath Your Wings" phrases this perfectly, you know, with the, did you ever know that you're my hero? The thing I wish I could always be, I can fly higher than an eagle. You're the wind beneath my wings. And I did not, I guarantee you that was not in my head at all, but it does fit this piece. And it does remind me, because that song definitely is about when someone, you know, passes, and the things that you remember about, you know, the person. And so, you know, I think that a lot of us have those people in our life where they were our hero, or they are our hero, and we want to tell them that. And so I wanted to make a few limited edition prints available of this piece. So I have if you look at my live gallery show store, right, which is blackmountaingallery.org/live art show. That's where you go to, and you'll see this there. I am offering 5 of these, 5 limited edition prints that will be printed on watercolor paper, and 5 that would be printed on canvas. And they would be printed on a similar thickness of canvas, so that 1.5 inch thick canvas. They probably won't have the exact same color on the side. I think the closest I could get was like a really dark blue with a hint of purple. But it will have a solid color on the side, just like this does. And otherwise it will, you know, look like this. And those are going to be numbered. So there will only be, I am only selling 5 on watercolor and 5 on canvas. And that is it. They will be available as long as this is up. This site is actually, we will keep my site up till Sunday, I believe. So you have a little extra time to look at it, but please, it's like, there's only 5. I'm not going to do more. So this is just a limited edition, but I just felt like there would be other people that this might speak to. And so I wanted to be able to offer that to others, so whether they knew Ona and they wanted to remember her by having a piece of that, or if they knew somebody else that is someone and they wanted to tell somebody else that they're their hero. This could be a beautiful and a wonderful gift. I will mention that because I painted this literally in the last week, I do not have those prints ordered in here yet. So when you order them, just be aware that I'm going to actually have them shipped directly to me first, and then I will hand sign them and hand number them. And then I will turn around and ship them to the customer, whoever orders. So please be aware there's just a little extra lead, you know, a little extra time kind of stacked in for anyone that picks up the watercolor print or one of the canvas prints of this particular, because they have to come to me first and then they'll go to you. Okay. So I'm just going to take a quick break, because that's it as far as what I've got for the, you know, brand new, you know, pieces that I want, that are really, I'm highlighting on sale. And then what we're going to do next is I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you the media pieces. So if you're like, okay, but what is your painting really going to look like on watercolor paper? What does it look like? You know, will it transfer well? If, you know, that's a beautiful piece of work on an original, but what does it look like if you get a print on canvas? You know, is it going to look the same? So I want to answer those questions next, but I need a sip of water, and I need to gather those materials. So while I'm doing that, go on over and take a look at the site. Okay, and I'll be right back. Ooh, it's like unboxing presents for Christmas. Okay. Got my cheat sheet. Got everything. Do we have any questions from people, Daniel?
No, not so far,
Not
Jessica,
so
but
far?
I'll let
Okay.
you know.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for this. So we, on my website, blackmountaingallery.org, you will see I have sections available of different, you can look at all of my art there. I have originals in one place and I have art prints, and they're categorized by, whether you're looking for nature photography or you're looking for abstract photography, industrial kind of more rustic photography, those kinds of things. So there's a whole variety of, galleries and things that you can look at. And if you look at those prints, you can print them on a wide variety of mediums. And I work with art storefronts, and we use all of our the work is guaranteed. All of the work is based on is printed on archival quality products. I use a professional print house that's actually based in Graphics Dimensions. Quote me if I'm wrong, Daniel. It's in North Carolina. It's on the East Coast. I think it's North Carolina.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? Okay, thank you. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there is a lot of different types of media. There is watercolor paper. There is glossy photo paper. There is a premium semi-matte paper. And then there is a canvas. There is metal prints. We offer wood prints and acrylic prints, and even coasters. But I think I left the coasters upstairs. You'll have to wait for next time, I think, on the coasters. So let's go through this, especially because we just looked at Hero, and I'm offering Hero on watercolor paper. What does that watercolor paper look like? The watercolor paper is a heavyweight. It's Breathing Color is the brand, and it is a heavyweight textured archival fine art paper. This is one of my other prints that is printed on this paper. I'm going to get it nice and close. It may be hard to tell the texture. It's got this beautiful texture, but to me, especially for if you're looking at my art, my art pour prints, I would recommend any of my art pour prints primarily either on a watercolor paper or on a canvas. I think that the color saturation really, really comes out. Whereas you might look at a glossy paper or a semi-matte paper for my photography. So because I have both, it's kind of nice to see the difference. So, but beautiful, beautiful colors. It looks like it was just like I painted it right on there. I swear I didn't. I did that on something else. So this is a print, like I said, on the watercolor paper. So that's my sample, not for sale, just the sample. You can, though, if you like this, this is, I think the Sun Mountain detail picture. You'll see it you'll see it on my website in the gallery. You've seen a couple of the regular photographic prints on glossy paper already. This is one. This is framed at the moment, but it's on a beautiful. It's a Mitsubishi glossy photo paper, which gives them the look and the feel of traditional photographs. And I would compare that to, we've got a semi-gloss, a semi-matte, which is Epson brand, and it's the same brilliant kind of as their high gloss option, but it has a little bit more of an understated finish. It's a favorite. It's really great for black and white photography as well. So, but that's on the semi-matte, which just doesn't, which I kind of like. It's a little softer. It doesn't have quite as much glare, gloss, not glare. Just this glare because I've got this ring light right here that's going. There we are. And so that's the semi, I like that. I really do like the matte. There's like I said, a softness to it. Semi-matte's probably one of my favorites for the photography. But then the canvas, I've got a couple different canvas options I wanted to show you. So we just looked at this one, which is a glossy print, right? Glossy print. This one happens to be framed. But I also have that same one as a canvas. So this is what that same print, dun, 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 looks like on canvas. And I think actually they're about the same size, but you can order them different sizes, which is great. You can kind of, you have different size options, and so if your wall is bigger, you can blow this up bigger so that it fits your wall. If you want this to fit in a small space, it can be smaller. So that is up to you. So on a canvas print, and this is again a photograph, it is a full wraparound gallery canvas. It comes nicely hung, really nice and tight right here. This is textures and wood. This one is for sale, by the way, if I didn't mention. Daniel can tell you exactly what the price is today.
Yeah, the price is
it's varied right now.
It's 140 down from 175.
Yeah, so this one's 140. So, and that's about what it is for this size for a canvas on my site. So this is but it's beautiful quality. Very, very clean and clear. I love how this looks. Love the colors in that one. So that's a canvas. But then the question is, okay, but you have this art, you have these paintings. Like if I wanted Aloha, or I wanted, Bejeweled. I missed out on the original, and now I want to get a print of Bejeweled on canvas. What is that? Is it really going to look that good? And what's it going to look like? So I did an example of what one of those would look like as well too. So I want to show you. This is my original. This is the original of Ephemeral Emerald. Do you see? There's Ephemeral Emerald. Beautiful. This one is a 14 by 14 inch canvas. This one is for sale. The original is for sale, and it is $300 for the original. But let's say you're like, oh, I just want something smaller, or I would like to do a print or something else instead. Then this is what I did. I did the same one on a small canvas, and they offer. My site offers 1.5 inch thick canvas and 3/4 of an inch thick canvas. So you have multiple options there, but take a look at the quality. I'll put them side by side. See if I can do this with two hands here. Okay. They're really pretty close. Very, very, very impressed. So on that score. So you can really, really get a chance to see what those look like. I'll bring that in. Again, very, very well hung on the back. So that's what a canvas, that's what my canvas prints look like. So again, same design, but you can get it in the size that you want that works for you. If you haven't tried it, you can look at my site, especially if you're looking at my site, again, blackmountaingallery.org, blackmountaingallery.org. If you look at it on your phone, you can actually use the AR wall preview, which is it, and allow yourself to go, oh, I like that picture. What would that look like on my wall? You pick up your phone and go, you press that button and it will project on the wall the size that you choose. And you can change the sizes so you can see, oh no, I'd like it a little bigger. I'd like it a little smaller. It's great, great, awesome feature. So it allows you to kind of help choose what size works best for you. Let's see, I'm going to move this off to the side for the moment. Out of the way. Okay. The canvas that they use, I think the only other thing to mention is a breathing color muse. A lot of times people like to know what the brands are. It has a soft matte surface with a little glossy coating, and it is it's really, really good. Okay. Metal prints. Who wants to know what the metal, they've been dyed in it? Well, what does it look like on metal? So I've got, this is gonna, I have to hold this in a right way so it doesn't get too much glare, but this is the bean. If anyone has been to Chicago and they've seen the bean, this was taken from the center of the bean looking up. And I love that it's a very abstract photo, but in the print, the metal prints, they use a Epson dye sublimation to print onto, it's printed directly onto aluminum, and it's got a kind of a high white gloss surface. So it really brings out all the detail. You don't get any gray from the metal or anything like that. It is as clear as the actual piece itself. It's super reflective. You can, absolutely see my window and everything else behind. So it's, but it's gorgeous. And the back of it, it has a float mount system. So it puts this on the back, and then it's got the hanging gear as well that goes right along with it. Very, very nice and secure. It will look gorgeous on any wall. And again, this is a small one because I just ordered this is my sample. It's not a big one, but I like when I order a metal print, I think the metal prints look great when they're bigger, go big, if you're going to do it, because it just, they look absolutely gorgeous. Or you could do a series and do smaller ones, but do like a series of them. I think those also look fun. Ooh, 2 more. This one, 2 more, then we're done. This one is a print on wood. So I offer wood options as well. This one is jalopy. So I know this happens to be DJ's, one of her favorite prints, but this is printed on, I think it's 3/4 inch maple. It has a cleat hanging system right here in the back. And this printing technique, it allows the maple grain to kind of show through. So the lighter areas are going to bring more of that grain color through. And each print, like if you order 2 jalopies, I don't know why you order 2 jalopies. You might want this and something else. But like if you order 2 of the same thing, they would still look different. Each one would look different because each grain of wood is different. Each piece of wood has a little bit different grain. So it may pull out something slightly different. I think that this style looks really great if you are looking for kind of more of that rustic antique look. Some of my photographs I think would lend themselves really, really nicely to this. This is one of my favorites on this. The versus, I don't know how often, it'd have to be a real specific one of my paint pours that I would encourage on the wood. I just think that the photographs tend to look a little better on this one. So this is Jalopy. It's this particular one is not for sale, but if you want it, you just go to the site and order it. So this is my sample. So, and then the last one is acrylic. Now, what does acrylic look like? In acrylic, they're face mounted on a plexiglass, 1/4 inch plexiglass is what I offer. And I'm just going to show you the original. You guys may have recalled that I showed this. Let me make sure I have this in the same. There we go. Make sure I hold it the same way. So this is Mordor, which it's just so bold and dramatic. It's got these great red, white, black, and gold. That's about it. Those 4 colors, and they're just gorgeous on this. Mordor, as again, I may have mentioned my husband named this piece, not me, but I love it too. He just sees the mountain of Mordor right here. And once you see it, you probably can't unsee it at the moment. So this is on, the original is on canvas and is 12 by 12. But you can get this printed in a variety of sizes and a variety of, mediums. And so if you want to see what this looks like, this is what it looks like on acrylic. And again, this is a small sample. I would probably not ever print it on this small. I would probably go much bigger, but I wanted to get you something that showed you what it looked like. So, and I will bring this in. It's 1/4 inch. You can see that it's a 1/4 inch. And these are the mounting posts. So they actually give you all the hardware gear to these you drill into these into the wall. They mount onto the wall like this. And so it sticks out a little bit from the base of the wall. So the bigger the pieces, the less you're going to notice these little posts. But those modern posts are pretty typical for an acrylic piece. But they help keep it really, really secure. It's a beautiful, beautiful, I just love the colors pop on this. I mean, it's like the gold is just dynamic. I noticed on this one, the difference between, it's just, it's beautiful. So I think any piece looks great, I think, in acrylic. And a lot of people really, really like that. It does really nicely for whether you're interior designer or showing your home, or you just like that more modern kind of look. This is a great way to go, is with acrylic. So those are the samples of my different media types. If you like the original of Mordor, it is for sale. It is still for sale, and it is $169 through this weekend. So that I think that wraps it up. And, oh, good, 2 minutes early. It's like was not watching my time, but we did it. So that's it for my live art show this evening. And I really I thank you guys for joining in and watching. And we will get this posted as well for the replay. So anybody that missed it will get a chance to watch it as well. And the site, go to the webpage, take a look at the pieces and order something. Get something you've been thinking about art for your wall. Come on, it's time. It's it. So again, the link is right there in the description for Facebook, and it's Black Mountain Gallery. I've been talking for an hour straight. So blackmountaingallery.org/live art show is the link. It's there in the bio for Instagram and right there in the description. I really appreciate you guys joining, and we will do this back at you next month. New show. Okay. Bye.